Happy Tuesday, family. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to the channel. Well, today your girl has a very, very interesting story to bring to your attention. Now, I believe this is the first official true crime discussion that we'll be having on this channel. And right now, y'all, my heart is racing because I have been following this case like I do many cases that capture my attention since the very beginning, okay? And this is the case of Jared Bridegan. Now, Jared Bridegan was a native of Jacksonville, Florida. Okay, a native of Jacksonville, Florida, and he unfortunately, met his demise a little over a year ago, okay? And so let me go ahead and pull up this article from News4Jax. Breaking news as of last night, and we also got some breaking news information as of like this morning. So let me just go ahead and jump into it, okay? According to the article, sources say arrest is imminent in unsolved murder of Jared Bridegan. Ex-wife Shayna Gardner Fernandez moved across country. Sources confirm. Now, Gabby, why are you bringing that point up? Well, why are they bringing up the point about his ex-wife? I will tell you why. In Jacksonville Beach, Florida, 3 law enforcement sources on Monday night confirmed to News4Jax that there has been a major development in the 2022 murder investigation of Jared Bridegan, a father of 4 children who was fatally shot in Jacksonville Beach. Those sources each confirmed that an arrest related to the case will be made and announced on Wednesday. Sis, you got a couple hours to get your story straight, sis. Don't even worry about it because they got all the evidence that they need to lock you on up. So if you need to go over there and sit with your mom, run a Bath and Body Works, I don't even know what that's going to do for you. Go get your nails done. You probably will have to take them right on off because you're going to get locked up. News4Jax requested comment from the state attorney's office and Jacksonville Beach Police Department. Supervisors from both offices say that they could not comment on the matter. This is what happened. Bridegan, 33, was shot several times at close range as his 2.5-year-old daughter was in the backseat of his SUV around 8 p.m. February 16th near the Sanctuary neighborhood in South Jacksonville Beach. The unsolved murder case and the question of why still haunts the Jacksonville Beach community and Bridegan's family. Now, detectives suspect someone set up Bridegan, who had just dropped his 2 older children off at their mother's home in Jacksonville Beach and was returning home to St. Johns County on the night of the deadly shooting. Sources confirmed to the I-Team that the children's mother, Jared Bridegan's ex-wife, Shayna Gardner Fernandez, moved across the country to Benton County, Washington. She and her husband, Mario, sold their Jacksonville Beach home months after the shooting. She has custody of the other children. Despite public scrutiny, she has maintained her innocence. Hank Cox, a high-profile Jacksonville attorney representing Gardner Fernandez, told the I-Team Monday night that he had no more information about the development in the case besides what's been reported. Of course, they're not going to communicate with you because your what do they call it? Like your client is basically, they finna lock her up. According to detectives, Bridegan was driving along. Now, this is the story, y'all, and this is where it gets interesting. According to detectives, Bridegan was driving along a dark stretch in between the Sanctuary neighborhood and J. Turner Butler Boulevard when he stopped because of a tire in the road. And as he stepped out, someone ambushed him and shot him multiple times in front of his 2.5-year-old daughter. Detectives believe the tire was likely planted in the road. Investigators processed the tire, sent bullet casings to a ballistics lab, and have been looking for a 2004 to 2008 blue Ford F-150 pickup truck seen in the area around 8 p.m. when the shooting happened. Now, there was a $55,000 reward for information leading to an arrest and prosecution in the killing. First Coast Crime Stoppers offered at one point a $50,000 reward for information leading to an arrest. Now, much of that money that is being reported by News4Jax was raised privately by the Bridegan family. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, or ATF, is offering an additional $5,000 for information leading to an arrest and conviction. This was such a heinous crime, Bridegan's older brother, Adam, told News4Jax previously. I mean, the amount of time he was shot just to ensure that he was dead, that he wasn't going to be able to recover, and all of us in our family are just devastated. Wondering who killed her husband keeps Jared Bridegan's widow, Kirsten, up at night. I mean, I have my thoughts, but those aren't important. Girl, because you already know the ex-wife did it, and so did everybody else in Jacksonville, greater Jacksonville, and all surrounding counties that have good eyes and good sense can see. She goes on to tell News4Jax last August, what is important is the detectives finding evidence and finding clear answers to who did this. Y'all, Y'all. 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 So I shared that yesterday, right? I shared that article, and on my Facebook feed I said, it is the ex-wife. If it's the ex-wife, I'm going to scream. Allegedly. Okay? Now this morning, 7:58 a.m., sources arrest imminent in unsolved murder of Jared Bridegan. Shanna Gardner Fernandez moved across country. Sources confirm. So that is what they released this morning, okay? And so let's just go ahead and get into the facts of the case, okay? All signs led to the ex-wife. So the stretch of road that Bridegan went down, right, was isolated. There were no cameras, no surveillance videos, nothing like that. Nothing that captured what happened. That alone lets you know that this was calculated. This was planned. This was executed. You know, it was thoroughly thought out. You know, all of that, okay? And what is even more disgusting and sickening is the fact that they literally set this man up to be killed in front of his 2.5-year-old daughter. What type of memory? That little girl, I'm sure now still, you know what I'm saying, is still battling with the aftermath and the trauma of what she witnessed, right? The images she saw of her father. You know what I'm saying? And to lead this man down this damn road, right? Knowing that they didn't have cameras, and to put a damn tire in the road, knowing, right, he can't get around it. So what is he going to have to do? Get out of his car and move the tire. Y'all had to have been watching him, plotting on him, praying upon him in order to know exactly when it was that he was going to get there. This is where it gets interesting for me. Now, Gabby, you asked the question, who would have randomly done this, right? Look at the incident leading up to that. He had just, right, exchanged his older children off with the ex-wife. Girl, come on now. Y'all got to think these things through. So you seem to think, now ma'am, okay, you thought it through. You thought, okay, well, let's find a deserted road, or like a road that is, you know, on the path to his home, right? But somewhere that does not have any camera, any surveillance footage, nothing, okay? That was that was a smart move. But what you messed up at was the fact that you were the last person to have seen him prior to his daughter, okay? I'm pretty sure that Texas are going to ask his wife, well, were there any points of contention in the relationship between him and the ex-wife? I'm pretty sure everybody and their mama going to bring your name up into the story, sis. So come on now. What were you doing? Where were you at? You may not have had hands in it, but trust and believe. God works hard, but TK Waters and the Jacksonville Sheriffs Office, they are working just as hard, honey, on top of their allegiance and their alliance with the Jacksonville Beach Police Department. So, girl, and then the fact that you just gonna pick your behind up, you and Mario and y'all kids gonna pick up and move across country. And another thing, y'all, I think this is alleged, don't quote me on it, but I do want to say that I don't believe that the ex-wife came to the funeral. Now, sis, if my baby daddy got killed, and I ain't had nothing to do with it, good, bad, or indifferent, no matter if we on good terms or bad terms, you were a part of my life. You are essentially my family still. You are the father of my children. What do I look like not coming to show my respect? Because you guilty, girl. You and Mario are guilty, allegedly. Okay? I don't know. I won't find out for sure until they come out for sure and say tomorrow that this is it. And if this is the case, I hope they lock your ass up with crazy ass Kimberly Kessler, the crazy lady that killed that lady on Mother's Day, okay, back there, I think in Yulee, Florida. A salon owner or a salon lady, her co-worker killed her, okay, had the lady ex-husband wondering, well, damn lady, where you gonna come pick the kids up? It's Mother's Day, you don't want to be with the kids? No, her co-worker killed her. This lady has so many different aliases and different things like that. Well, Kimberly Kessler, they found out that she was, you know, responsible for Jolene Cummings' disappearance and ultimately her mother. I don't think they've even found her body yet. But nonetheless, Kimberly Kessler she went to jail and she refused to eat. Now, mind you, before all this, you were in there just as coherent, just as fat as like a pig, looking healthy, all that, talking to detectives, trying to, you know, I guess, talk her way out of some things, right? You find out that you're not getting out of this one, Kimberly Kessler. And what do you decide to do? You try to go the route of insanity, trying to plead an insanity case. You want to fling feces at the officers and the correctional officers. You want to starve yourself to death. We don't give a damn. Actually, we do, because we need you to stay in trial. We need you to do that. Don't sit up here and do all this. Y'all like to sit up and be Billy Badass and want to shoot and kill and murder people, but when it's time to hold your feet up, hold yourself accountable, you buckle. If that's the case, why not just go ahead and just, if you're going to do that, and there's a chance that, like, because you can't believe that you're going to get away with this. There's no way you're going to get away with murder. You're not like a part of the mafia or nothing like that. Like, who do you think you are? You have not studied this stuff. This is just a plot and a plan that you came up with because you guys were angry at whatever the case is. And anytime you do that, no matter how well thought out you think that the plan is, and how, look at, for example, and I know I'm jumping, excuse me, y'all. I know I'm jumping across, excuse me again. I know I'm jumping from thing to thing, but I'm an avid true crime watcher and commentator, okay? And so this particular case here, and this is why I say no matter how planned out and executed you can do. Let's take, for example, the Piketown murders, the Piketown massacre, okay? An entire family was annihilated in one night. They all were not under the same roof. They were all in different parts of the town. But this one family, the Wagner family, came up and devised this plan. I mean, when I tell you the plan was executed perfectly, but like I said, there's always going to be something that leads them back to you, okay? And as brilliant and as much time you may have spent, years, months even, right, trying to come up with this plan. These people had silencers. They had all these things. They wiped out an entire family, multiple people. So there was probably like 3 or 4 gunmen that went to different relatives' homes and killed them all at the same time just to wipe out that entire family. But here's the thing that got them. There was a custody case. So, of course, when detectives are investigating, they're going to ask, well, were there any issues going on between them and somebody else? Yeah, a custody case is a case between the haves, the Wagners, and the have-nots. I can't think of their last name, but their family, the family that they executed, all because they wanted to take custody of this little girl. Now, that's why y'all got locked up. They forged court documents. They even had Frederica Wagner, one of the, this lady was probably in her 80s or still is, and they locked her behind on up too because she was with the BS. This case, y'all, in all cases, but this case in particular really grind my gears. It really upset me, and it hit close to home because this young man is the same age as my older cousin. They went to Douglas Anderson School of the Arts together, okay? And I always jokingly say, even though I graduated in class of 2010 and my big cousin graduated in class of 2008, I jokingly say, and not that she and Jared knew each other, but I often say that, Douglas Anderson class of 2008 is like my graduating class because I was always around that school. I was always around her friends and things like that. So I naturally gravitated towards this story for that reason, and also because it happened here in the city of Jacksonville. And furthermore, to be gunned down like that in front of his child, this man was an executive. I think a former Microsoft executive, or maybe he was even a current one at the time of his untimely passing. Nonetheless, this is disgusting. And I'm really trying not to pass too much judgment, but I'm just excited because I feel so happy that this family is getting justice. The wife is getting justice. Do you know how it is to be fearful, right, in your home? In your home, like your husband is not there who's supposed to be your protector. Not even your protector, but your partner. It's like you have somebody that y'all together, y'all can face and conquer anything. My heart goes out not only to the 2-year-old there, Jared Bridegan's current wife or his widow, but to his ex-wife and their kids. Do you know how much emotional and mental damage that is doing to their kids when they find out that the mama or possibly stepdaddy, I don't know at this point, if the mom had something to do with the killing of their dad? Y'all, my mind is blown. But at this point, I'm excited. I think I will be front row center as soon as I get that notification from News4Jax tomorrow about the press conference. I'm going to be front row and front center, okay? Drop down in the comments and let me know what you all think about this. Please be respectful of this guy's family. I don't really think that this video is going to get much traction, but I'm just on here because this is like what I like to talk about, and I'm just passionate about it. I really, really am, because it really, 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 really hurts my heart. Like, I brought up a couple of other, cases. Those cases really affected me, like to the point that I remember the details vividly. And I remember when this happened, I remember saying to myself, that was a setup. Like, what are the odds of this man going down this particular road with no cameras? He wouldn't do anything like that. He wouldn't do something like that. And for a tire to be in the middle of the way, how the heck does a tire just get in the middle of the road? Like, usually if a tire, you know what I'm saying, you blow a tire, it's going to go off to the side of the road. But to land directly in the middle of the road, somebody had to put it there. Now, Mr. Jared, to me, that would have been like a red flag. I would have been like, hell no, I'm not finna get this tire. I'm finna turn around and go home. But either way it goes, I still feel like because there was somebody lying in wait, regardless as to what move he made, you know what I'm saying? And it's so sad to say that, but I feel like regardless of whatever move he would have made, he still would have been hunted down, because that's essentially what they did. They preyed upon this man. And I do believe that there were video surveillance of around the couple's home that circulated around social media, and even in the internet, about the ex-wife, the current wife, the widow, Kirsten, saying that she kind of picked up on some images around, on their outside security camera. Girl, everybody from the beginning already knew what the writings on the wall were and who it was, but we just didn't want to say it because, hey, everybody is innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. So while we have these assumptions, this lady and her whomever is suspected of killing this man, they have the right to a fair trial, and we should reserve judgment until she or whoever is convicted. But we just already know it's not looking like. You know what I'm saying? Now, I will stand corrected, but just from what News for Jackson said, why would you put up there that the ex-wife moved across country if y'all had no plans on, kind of like alluding to the fact that she had a hand in it? Because I wouldn't give a damn if this lady moved to damn China. Okay? That's none of our business if they did not suspect that she had anything to do with it. But the fact that she did, or that they put that out there, yeah. So, justice for Jared Bridegan. I am going to be locked in and loaded to this story, and I will give y'all guys the updates whenever I can tomorrow. If we get something else today, I'll be back to discuss it, but let me know. Drop down in the comments. Leave your condolences for this family. I am also going to link some valuable links and articles, because like I said, this made national news, and when it went national, I was like, dang, like Good Morning America, the Today Show, all that is picking this up. Yeah. So yeah, it was that big. So yeah. All right, guys. Well, that is all the commentary that I have with regard to this unfortunate story today. I might be back later on with an update, but definitely tomorrow. As always, stay blessed, stay prayed up, and until next time, bye.